I never thought the people who raised me would become the very storm trying to tear my world apart. But the night of my father's birthday party, standing under chandeliers and the sound of laughter, I felt the first crack in everything I thought was safe. My name's Lila Rowan. I'm 32, a photographer who built her business from nothing but a second-hand camera and sleepless nights. That night, I walked in proud, expecting nothing more than polite small talk and cake. Instead, my parents cornered me before the candles were even lit. My dad's smile was tight, his voice heavier than the crystal glass in his hand. "Lila, we need $140,000 to get our business off the ground," he said. Like it wasn't a question, like it was my duty. The words hit me like cold water. "No," I said, sharp, simple. I thought it would end there, but my mother's smirk told me I'd just started a war. An hour later, I caught my father by my bag, my $4,500 laptop in his grip. My heart dropped. Before I could reach him, he, accidentally, let it slip into the koi pond. I watched my lifeline vanish beneath the rippling water, screen going black. He didn't flinch. He even smiled. "It's just an accident," he said. Something in me went quiet. Not rage, something colder. A plan. They thought they could break me. They had no idea who they were dealing with. That night, I sat alone, laptop dead, career on the line, and swore this wouldn't be my ending. I restored what I could from my backups and froze every joint account they could touch. My money, my rules. By morning, things were worse. A message from my old colleague hit like a gut punch. My father was telling investors I was his partner, using my name to sell his failing dream. He was lying to everyone. I didn't scream. I didn't call him. I gathered proof. Every email, every forum post where he bragged about my involvement, every text where he tried to get my client list. 18 screenshots. 4 emails. A perfect timeline of betrayal. Then came the family group chat. My aunt called me selfish. My cousin said I was overreacting. None of them had seen what I had just uncovered. None of them saw the smirk on my father's face as he drowned my work. I stayed silent. Let them talk. I had work to do. When Susan, my old studio friend, sent me another email from an investor, my blood ran cold. My father had tagged me publicly in business posts, claiming I was leading his creative team. I screenshotted every single one. My evidence folder grew into a weapon. 2 days later, I was ready. With Susan's help, I drafted a cease and desist letter and sent it to my parents, their investors, and everyone they tried to fool. It wasn't just paper. It was a line they couldn't cross anymore. That's when my father snapped. He smeared me online, called me ungrateful, a liar. People commented, some defending me, some tearing me apart. And then my cousin sent me a text that made my stomach drop. A screenshot of my father bragging the night of the party. "Toss her camera in the pond. She'll think twice before defying us." There it was. Proof it wasn't an accident. Proof they had tried to destroy me. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I organized my evidence, sent it to their investors, and watched my father's little empire crumble. One by one, his backers pulled out. His posts got deleted. His name started to rot in the very business circles he tried to impress. And my career? It took off. I signed the biggest contract of my life, $30,000 for a national campaign. I poured every ounce of energy into rebuilding what they tried to take from me, and I thrived. Months later, they were broke, living in a rented apartment, their calls coming in daily. I blocked them all. Their guilt, their pleas, their "we're still family" messages, none of it pierced me anymore, because I had learned something vital. Family doesn't get a free pass to destroy you. Love isn't loyalty at the cost of your own survival. So, if you're listening to this wondering if it's okay to set boundaries, let me be clear. Yes, it is. You are allowed to protect your peace. Tell me in the comments, what would you have done if your parents tried to sabotage your life? Would you forgive, or would you fight back? Because me, I chose to fight. And I won. The headers are gone, now it's just the raw script, ready to be used as a monologue or narration. Would you like me to expand it slightly with more emotional pauses and sensory detail so it naturally fits an 8-minute delivery?